It's another game that doesn't, just outright tell you what's going on. But it does it in a way that I think works. The presentation is much better compared to other stuff. I actually do care about what's going on. Because the character Wander and Dormine, they say the things that need to be said and leave everything else up to the player. The presentation of the world is perfect. Like this opening cutscene. You can see that Mono is on the horse too and that she's dead. So, that's a great job. That's a great way to get somebody's attention. What's going on here? What happened? Then Dormine gives you the direct goal of killing all the Colossi. And what's great is that the gameplay drives the narrative, you could say. Which is what a game is, supposed to do, I think. Why should I keep playing? Because of this. That's how you video game. And even though I don't know who Iman is, they also did a great job of telling you that those two people had history. That Wander had history with this guy and the other people that he was going to the Forbidden Lands with. But instead of giving you very little to work with, they gave you just enough to care, I would say. And if you're not even paying attention, you're probably not even going to ask questions. Oh, it's just a game where I kill a bunch of bosses and that's about it. But the devil's in the details. If you actually take the time to take a close look at Wander after each time you kill a Colossus, you'll notice just how much paler and dirty he's looking. And you'll probably start thinking to yourself, what's that about? And if you have enough stamina, you can actually climb to the top of the tower and see that little grove for yourself. You can cross this bridge and go to the very end of the entrance and pick something up. I don't know what you pick up, but it's shiny, so of course I want to pick it up. In this remake in particular, you can go down to one of the beaches and find a watermelon, which is a reference to Eco. There's also a reference to The Last Guardian, but I couldn't find it this time. There's this cave that you can go inside, and there's one of the barrels. The Trico treats. That's adorable. Something about this hawk, too. What's up with that? The hawk is always flying around. Maybe it's the eyes of Dormine. Is that a thing? I also gotta wonder who even built this place. Who built the Shrine of Resurrection? Was Dormine a human first? Did his people build all that stuff? Or did some of my own people build it and they died off because they were banished from our village? Questions, questions, questions. It's what a story should do. It's make you ask them. If something like a video game can make the players interested in, like, well, what about this? What happened here? What's going on with this character? What about this setting? Who built this? Where did it come from? What's the backstory? You're doing something right. Or it could be a matter of taste. I don't know. Some people will be interested in one thing while others are not. I would like to see this place revisited, for sure. Maybe not a. No, I would say that, a full blown sequel. What if Team Eco, or I guess Gen Design, as it's called now, what if they returned to the Forbidden Lands and actually had us, fight all those other bosses? And all the Colossi that were supposed to be in this game, but they had to cut them down. What if we fought some more? We could see the Forbidden Lands, a bit more developed as time has now passed on. We could see that more people have come here. We could see what led up to Eco, because I'm pretty sure Eco also takes place in the Forbidden Lands. I think this tower ends up becoming the castle. Maybe not answer questions directly, but you could hint at some more stuff. Because I know in these games that implication is more tasty than just a specific answer. It's more fun. This is one of the small shrines, I think. I'm gonna take some pictures of these. Now, this isn't exactly correct. Below the bridge is a lot of water. It's the ocean, I think. That's where the turtle is. This is better. The desert. You know what's missing from the Forbidden Lands is a snowy area. And that would be cool. Deserts are cool too, and all the grasslands. But what about a snowy mountain? That could also be in a potential sequel. Let's see a snowy area. And this is just concept art. This is some pretty detailed concept art. A lot of the architecture seems ancient, or maybe not ancient, but out of time. It's timeless architecture. All of it could be in a sci-fi setting or a fantasy setting that takes place in ancient times, and you would believe it. Nighttime isn't exactly that bright. But this is a fantasy game, so who cares? Maybe that's just how it works in these lands. What does squat mean? Oh, because it's shorter? Oh, okay, but what about organic? That doesn't make... That's another one that I don't know about. I didn't pay attention in geometry class. Okay, yeah, the Colossi are cool. The Wander. These are the guards. Aggro. What a good girl. And these are the patterns used for... There's the sign of the Colossus in the middle. I think on the far left is Lord Eamon's shawl? Wander's pattern, and some other patterns. Look at that! There's all the Colossi. That's awesome. Okay, these are just screenshots. Cool screenshots. Good ones. Oh yeah, comparisons. Look at that. This looks so real. In the remake, it looks a bit smaller, but it looks better. I would say that the original still looks pretty good. It was ambitious. And of course, the original has more vivid lighting compared to the remake, where they went for more realistic lighting. But that's not fun. right? It's a fantasy setting. Why would you want to have more realistic lighting? Make it look out of this world. That's what the Forbidden Lands is for. I don't have all the comparison images. How do I get this one? Defeat Colossus 13 in Reminiscence mode. I don't know what that is. One of these days, I'd like for Eco to get the same treatment. Imagine what that would look like in this style. But don't go too far with the changes, okay? I think Bluepoint went a little too far with changing things up when it came to the Demon's Souls remake. It kind of took away from the original art style. Whereas this one didn't, I don't think. You can go too far with remaking something. If you can remake it in a way that adds to it, then that's cool. But I mean, with something like the Fat Officials, that took away. It didn't add anything. It just made him look gross. The only thing they seriously took away from Shadow of the Colossus was the lighting. But even then, they have the option. You can go into the settings and put the filter on. I forgot which one it was. Vivid, probably. Or vibrant. And you can put a film grain on. If you want to make it look even more unique. I'm still wondering what kind of area is this? Is this a Colosseum? I would think so. This is where I fought the lizard-looking Colossus. I think that was 14. And this is where that cave should be that I was talking about. It had the Trico treat in it. But I couldn't find it. Probably because I'm stupid. There's the theme for Colossus 3. Ah, screw you. That's probably my least favorite Colossus. Because when you get it outside of the cave and onto the sand below, he just will not stop shaking. The second Bull Lake Colossus does that too, but it's somehow a bit better. I think it's because of the area. With the first bull, I'm just going to call it the bull, you don't have a lot of things to help you out, right? You don't have a lot of things to work with. But with the boar, you can climb back up on top of the scaffolding, basically is what I'll call it. And then you can jump back onto its back, so you can get your bearings. But with the bull, you got nothing. If you try and go up and jump on something like a cliff, then the bull is just going to find you and smash his head into your face. And you run the risk of dying. So you kind of just have to hang on. Either that, or you can lead it back into the cave and you can do the whole routine again of getting some fire and making it fall outside it. But why would you want to do that? It's a whole thing. It's really annoying. But for the most part, this game just looks more realistic. Which isn't necessarily always a good thing. I don't think Ueda was trying to make the first game look as realistic as possible. He was just trying to make it look good. Art style matters more than graphical fidelity. This game didn't need to look real, but I think it does add to the game that it looks real. That's just my opinion. Especially the water, man. Remember the comparison image? Look at the water in the original and look at the water now. Like, that's just beautiful.